Shalom, shalom. This is Hawwood sitting in front of my cousin's house waiting on him. Supposed to go do frame out a basement today. I think his daughter's basement or something. I don't know. Charity work, Don't mind. It's charity. Help somebody out. I don't mind helping. So, um, later on, I'm gonna do a video about well, I'm gonna do a video. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is, but it's gonna be good. And so what I gotta stop saying I hate that. I don't know why I say that all the time, but what I'm making this video for is because I was watching Big Judah's video, right? And well, I watch all his videos, but he was saying, he had comments of people saying that they want this to end and they want to return back to the norm, right? So if you are a Gentile or a heathen, then I understand, why you want to return. But if you are a Hebrew, I don't think you understand what you saying you want to return to. I just really don't think you do. And sometimes people have to point stuff out to you for you to realize what you're asking to return to. So that's what I'm going to do today. I am going to show you what she said, secular music. What return to. Listen, hold on. I got a comment about that, y'all. I'm sorry. She said, turn that secular music off. All right, yes, it's our music, right? It's crazy, but it's ours. So she would rather hear a song praising an idol than something from our own people. I'm not saying that the music is great, but it is of us. So she would rather hear praise an idol. An idol, a strange God. She wouldn't hear music about a strange God. Not praising your creator. You're praising a strange God. Instead of hearing at least some type of, something that was created by our people. And just to show you where we're at. That's what she said. Turn that secular music off. That's crazy. I'm just sorry. I'm saying, yo, that's crazy. If you want to listen to music praising Jesus, then that's crazy. You want to praise the same idol that was brung here to destroy your people. Okay, wow. But that's because she sleep. She don't know nothing. And I guarantee you, if I would get out the car and talk to her and explain, she still wouldn't listen. I can tell by the way she, the way she was speaking and everything. So let's get back to what I was speaking about. So the brothers and sisters that says they want to return back to work and this and that. I mean, I understand at some point why you're saying that. You don't understand what slavery is. You don't understand what it is. That's why you're saying you want everything to return, because you don't realize that you're a slave. And a lot of people don't realize that they're slaves. So that's what I'm making this video about, to show our people, or explain to our people, that you are in captivity. Okay. So the first thing is, you want to return and get back to work. Okay. I hear you. Well, I'm going to tell you what was going on with us before they came here. You owned land, you had a house, you had a farm, you had a well or a stream nearby. You did not pay no one for your land, to live on your land. You did not have to buy your land from anyone. You do not have to. The only time you toil was to feed your family on your land. So if you didn't get up and till the grass so that you can plant, your vegetables or fruits or whatever, there was the plant, then of course your children didn't eat, or you didn't, tend your sheep or ox or whatever, then yes, of course your family didn't eat. And you didn't have to pay taxes to no king or anything like that. That's freedom. The only thing we did was serve our power. I'm good with that. So now you say you want to go back to work. Well, let me explain what you're going to work for. So you go to work 10, 12 hours a day, sometimes 8, from the morning to the evening. Let me turn this radio down. In fact, let me turn my car off. From the morning to the evening, right? Or night. You barely see your children. You can't even raise your children, so you send your children off to a school of foreigners that teach your children about their culture. Like in Philadelphia, there's what they call a high vocational school. It's called Boys Latin. It's supposed to be this really smart school. But guess what? They're teaching my son Latin. They're teaching them about Greeks. They're teaching them everything that pertains to them. Do you know why? So he can perpetuate the slavery. They're teaching my son how to be a slave. That's all they're doing. So now, this is what you want to return to. So you go to work. You work 80 hours every other week. You get your check. And you notice that 10 to 15% of your check is missing of what you work for. So now you just paid a government or whatever 15% of your labor for nothing. You paid them. That's like giving tribute. That's like paying me for getting you a job and I didn't get you a job. But you're paying me every time you get paid. And they put it on Social Security, Medicare, and everything. And you don't even get Social Security. I think they stopped that anyway, but they still taking it. And if you don't apply for it, they'll keep it. And healthcare, if you get a serious illness and the healthcare you have or the healthcare that your job provides won't cover it, then you die, or you just sickly and lose your job or whatever, and hope to get workman's comp or something like that. So this is what you're doing every day. Not guaranteed anything. The job isn't loyal to you. You're loyal to the job. And you don't think you're a slave. So right there, just those couple things, you're being robbed. You're being abused, used for the skill that you were given by the Most High. Now, let's get into the possessions. So you save your money, you go to a lender, because the Most High said they will lend. I mean, they will lend and you will borrow, but you won't lend to them. You will not lend to them. They will lend to you. Right? So you go to them for them to lend you money, to purchase a home. And the bad part is, if you are not of them, then your credit score has to be almost perfect. And you have to have a substantial amount of money down on the house. But if you're their people, you get a house. You just pay them. You pay on your house. They get perks because you're them. So you do that. You go to them. You borrow money to buy a house. The bad part is you're paying a foreign people for a house on your land. So the bricks they made is stolen from your clay, your dirt. The wood they use to frame your house is from your trees they cut down. The copper they use for the plumbing, the electric, and, and other various things is from your mountains. They're taking it from your mountains. This is your land. Everything, the nails, everything they're using, it comes from your land. So they're taking all this stuff from your land, building a house, making you buy something that you own, that was given to you by the creator who created all this. He gave it to you and you're paying them for it, right? So you pay them for it. Then you turn around and they tell you you have to pay us taxes on what you purchased. You slaved yourself to buy. That belongs to you rightfully. And if you don't pay them the taxes, they take what you slaved yourself to buy or put you in jail, one or the other. And you say you're not a slave. This don't sound too fun to me. I don't know about y'all, but this don't sound fun. So then you go and you want to buy a car. The metal they use to build the car, your land, your metal. The rubber they use for the tires, your trees, your rubber trees. Everything they use on these cars, the aluminum, everything, comes from your land. So again, you're paying them for something that was given to you from the creator. Now, for the jerk that's going to get on here and say, well, they make the cars. Well, here, let me tell you this. A black man invented the car, and Mr. Gerald Ford stole it. Oh, my fault. He was Gerald Ford's slave, so I guess if a man's another man's property, like a dog, because people don't have certain people, these Hebrews didn't have. They're not humans. They're 3% man, so it takes three of us to make one man. Then that means that all the time he spent to put this concept together, because Mr. Ford wasn't smart enough to do it himself, but he's smart enough to steal it, But the man that's not the 3% of a man, he was smart enough to make it. But Mr. Ford is, Gerald Ford, he was so smart, and so great, he couldn't make it, but he could steal it. Yeah, right. So when you say that, just remind yourself that was a Hebrew that made that car out of wood, a wooden car. Yes. Oh yeah, we know. So, so again, now also you're paying them for something your people made that they stole. And now you own it, correct? Yes, you paid your money, you own it. Now, if that car is not in your garage, that means inside your home. That's what that means. Like your couch. And it does not have registration or insurance, they will take it. But it's yours. Is it? Is it really yours? So I just named 3 things that you have worked for, you're paying for, but it's not yours. They can take it at any time. And the third thing, which if you don't know, is your job. You're working that job. You're paying for your job. You're literally paying for your job. You're paying them to work. When they take taxes out, you're paying the government to work. So all this is happening. You work for 3 things, but they can take it anytime they want. They can make up an excuse and say your car wasn't registered and take it. And now you got to go in front of them and explain to them that it was, show them proof. And then let's say the judge don't care. He can keep your car. It's your word against his. and you say you're not a slave. Okay. And you want to go back to that. That's what you want to return to. This is what you enjoy. Instead of the land that you the land that you have, the dirt that you turn over, that you plant your seeds in, belongs to you. You pay no one except your creator who gave you it, who made it for you. You give him, I guess, tribute, or you show honor to him, right? You keep his ways. And keeping his ways is taking care of the land that he gave you, right? The house you build, it's your house. You don't have to pay nobody for it. You don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to do nothing. It's yours, right? All these things that was given to you, they're yours. Long as you keep the creator's ways that made it for you. It's a difference if somebody just gave something to you, but he made it and then gave it to you. So he wants you to sustain it, so you have to keep his ways. Because the person that make the thing would tell you how to maintenance the thing, how to keep it going. So you would keep his ways, right? But you would rather do the other thing and worry about stuff getting taken, worrying about paying your bills, pretty much working check to check every day, and not sure that you will keep your house, your car, your job. That's what you want to go back to. Okay. Now, we're going to get a little worse. Let's talk about your freedom. Your freedom. So at any moment, the slave patrol, what they call the police, the slave patrol pull up on you. All you're doing is walking down the street. But because who created you, they hate so much. If they hate your father, they hate you. Because you come from your father, right? They decide, you know what? Let's put something on him so he can go to jail for 12 years. Put you in somebody's prison for 12 years. Now, they do that and you get convicted. No, they know in their heart you ain't had nothing on you. You never been convicted for nothing. You never went to jail for nothing. But now, first offense, you're in prison for 12 years because of these people that hate you. Do you know what happens to you in prison? You go to work for 13 cents an hour. 13 cents an hour. The products that you produce, they make hundreds and thousands of dollars off of. You're not a slave. Okay. Then, the state gets paid $300 a day for your body to house you, for that prison to keep you in their walls. You're not a slave. Okay. Then they feed you the worst food they can find. You sleeping on a plastic bed. The frame of the bed is metal. It's 24 inches wide, 5 feet long. So that means you're longer than your bed. Isn't that what slaves sleep on? People they consider nothing. And everywhere you go, they put you in yokes of iron, or a yoke, either around your waist, neck, legs, and wrists. And you're not a slave. Now remember, your freedom is not guaranteed, because any day, if this cop feel like it, this slave patrol, he can take you off the street. And you will be in their battery until they decide to let you go. And the reason why I say battery is because when you go into that building, they have what they call cells. If you know what a battery has cells, charging cells. So when you're in there, in that cell, and you're working for nothing because they said you broke their law, knowing you didn't do nothing, but that's what they said. So what they're doing is building up their country off of your back, which is a battery. They're charging their country up, right? Bringing it up higher and higher. A bigger battery. And you think you're not a slave. And you want to return to that. You want to return to that. Why? So you can wear your slave master's name on your back or on your feet? So the news anchor can get on TV and call you a nigger on national TV and nobody cares? So the Chinese man can beat your wife up over synthetic hair? You know, this is what you want to return to. Your people go into these stores and patronize these people. And every 1,000 black, I'm going to say the word, every 1,000 nigger, he decide, oh, I'm going to beat this one up. She ain't steal nothing, but I'm going to say she stole something because I just feel like beating on one of them. And those men are tiny. And they got the balls to do it because these people that's here, that has us in captivity, will back them up. And you say you want to return to this. This is what you want to return to. This is what you want to live in. And then you see how bad it is now. And you don't think it's going to get worse? And let's just put this out there. I'm 40-something years old. I was born in the 70s. So that means I've seen a lot of presidents go by. And I ain't seen not one that stood up for us yet. Not even the colored one. So where are you not a slave? Where does not one leader stand up for your people? Not one. Think about that. And you want to return to this? You want this to get better? I don't. I want it to be over. You see? So next time you say in your heart, I can't wait till this is over. I want to get back to work. Think about that. All right? Just think about that. All right, my brothers and sisters. Shalom.